What's up, KFG crew and KFG Kings? It's your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go over my AEW Dynamite review on high. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch this full video before you connect to me the right way. Don't forget to turn on the red button and turn on the red bell for all notifications when I premiere a brand new video go live on YouTube. Connect to my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Now, AEW Dynamite was a 5 out of 10. It had good quality wrestling, but it was just boring at the same time. Alright, it's Wednesday night. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite kicks off from the Key Bank Center in Buffalo, New York, in what is a highly anti anticipated episode for a variety of reasons, including the fate of the AEW World and Trios title. We cut to a recap from MJF return at All Out. We hear the Tony Khan voicemail, strung along with clips of the ladder match. The devil himself is back indeed. Tony Khan has an announcement as a series of boos from the crowd. The world title is officially vacated, as well as the Trios title, with the best friends versus Death Triangle for the title tonight. We have a tournament in order to decide the new champion. New champion. It includes Brian Danielson, Paige, Jericho, Darby Allin, Moxley, and more. All of this is leading up to Grand Slam at Arthur. At Arthur. But why MJF was not on this tournament? That's the part I don't get. Y'all should have put MJF on this tournament too. But anyway, MJF music hits. He comes out to a huge ovation. The crowd has him completely unglued. He runs over and gives Taz a hug. He decks out in a Josh Allen jersey and is having a massive babyface reaction. The crowd is screaming for MJF. Buffalo, New York, the devil is back. He asks who excited to see MJF. I sure as heck. Last time we saw him, he said some offensive stuff, but we can all agree he was just kidding. He will never leave this place. He says we know the title is vacated and that he knows one man who deserved that title. And working smart, not hard, means with his chip he can do anything anytime he wants. And has a load of freaking money on the side. He says, through we may think we are in dark times, and there was a wise old Jewish man with another M name who split the sea, and he isn't moist. Moses, he's better than him and better than us. So John Moxley music hits. He looks none too pleased while the crowd also goes crazy as he makes his way through the crowd. He gets in the ring and he gets in the ring with a mic and stares down MJF. He calls MJF full of crap, to which he restores Jonathan and begins to rip into the bills and Chuck the jersey. He says he doesn't know if Moxley is woozy because he went to sleep, but maybe he doesn't care about the people or AEW and sees the belt as a chip in the Biden bidding war of 24 and take it to a real company with real fans and real wrestlers like the American roller coaster. Cody Rhodes. He wants to work for Jolly O's SC Nick. The only the only con that matters is because that's what best for friends as Mox slaps the mic out of the hand. John Moxley, John Moxley is in no mood and says to leave now or he will make him He'll make him as he takes his jacket off. MJF is struggling to get his shirt off as John Moxley just looked at him with as pity, pity as he bolts from the ring and heads up the ramp. John Moxley girls, girls, your music sucks, by the way. Moxley's pissed off for a variety of reasons, but mainly because he didn't have the belt, the only worldly possession that matters. Not only to him, but to others in it screams passion for everyone, and the three letters represent the dream, the heroes, and shows the world exactly what wrestling could be. It means being better than being you were the day before. Day before, it represents everything Moxley loves about the business. He is be red and out of breath. He says he got pinned. He got pinned. It says he got where is it? It says he got pinned, and that's his fault, and should be on vacation, but he's gonna take another shot through the mountains as high with all these guys. More gifted, talent, better wrestler than he ever be. But the ace always wants the ball, and he wants it. This isn't just winning time for John Moxley. This is time. This is time to be a legend. Wow. John Moxley walks up the ramp and motions as he stares back at the crowd. The commentators run down the card, including Page versus Brian Danielson, Rollo versus Tony Nese, as well as Tony Nese versus Penelope Ford. Up next is the Trios Championship. Alright, so we get the AEW Trios Championship. Dev Triangle, Pac and Pantel Zero, Ray Phoenix versus best friends Chuck Taylor, Trent, and Orange Cassidy. I must say this match was pretty good for what it was. Both teams get great ovations from the Buffalo crowd. The match starts off with Cassidy and Pac, which is a nice throwback to their previously encounters, but Penta tags in and flips in. He face washes Orange Cassidy, but Orange Cassidy counters with a glorious sunglasses, removing into the crowd. He goes for the pocket, but a counter by Penta into a backbreaker countered by a Hurricane. Ray Phoenix tags in and it's fantastic already. They're trying to go for a top rope, but get sent to the outside. Cassidy with an assistant front flip onto Death Triangle. So we go to commercial break. During the picture-in-picture, Chuck Taylor was a massive dive onto everyone. Now it's Trent and Pac. Pac with a whip. Pac with a whip into the corner. But Trent counters with a stump. Cassidy tags in and double run to the Lucha Bros, but runs into the elbow by Pac. Now stopping him in the corner. Don Hudson up on the apron, but Alex drags him down and gets punched in the gut. Don Hudson goes to curse Pac and eats a foot. Cassidy throws Pac into the ring and hits a huge crossbody and swinging DDT, setting up for the punch, but it's countered by Stun Gun Millionaire. Chuck is now Chuck is in now versus Lucha Bros and takes a theme out in the corner, but Panto follows up with a long blower, and that's why I want to kick out. Um, Very Phoenix tags in eats a boot from Chuck into the half and half by Trent, and they give the people what they want. Trent with a sickening DDT on Ray Phoenix, but he springs up with a cutter. Cassidy spikes Pac, Penta spikes Orange Cassidy, and Trent goes for crunchy, a W, but a double super kick. 1-2 no kick, but I kick out a 2.9. Ray Phoenix and Penta and but Cassidy with a orange punch. Awful waffle by Trent. Trent out at two. All six men are in the ring now, staring down. They run. They all run with super kicks and triple Canadian destroyers. Time for a factor. Ray Phoenix wipes out best friends with along with Penta. Pac up top, Black Arrow. 1-2. The new champs. The winner the winner of the match Dev Trial. The winner and your new AEW Trios champion, Death Dev Triangle. Alright, Tony Schiavone is in the back with Dark Order. When Joe's interrupts and Joe again tries to buy Princeton Vance John Silver pushed him away and Andrade and Roosh walk up. John Silver and Roosh argue and agree to a fight. Andrade toss a crutch, and 10 as the Dark Order wondered what that was his about. Commercial break. We get a short video recap of the fatal four-way title match at All Out, including the fallout of Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. So the AEW World Title Eliminator match, Tony Storm versus Penelope Ford. This match was cool for what it was. It was cool for what it was. Kip Sabian is accompanying his wife Ford down to the ring. Storm comes out to a huge ovation. Ford and Storm lock up in a quick roll up by Storm. Both women with some fine technical wrestling so far, including headbutt switches, but Storm with a series of shoulder blocks and a jaw kick in the corner. Penelope Ford avoids a hip attack but eats a jaw kick. Storm goes to attack Ford and gets thrown into the steps. Commercial break. Back from the break, Ford is now in control as she brings Tony into the corner, goes for a cartwheel, shoulder block, and eats the post. Both women trade punches, and now Storm with a whip into the corner and a massive DDT, massive hip attack goes for the elevated DDT and the 1-2-3. Storm wins. The winner of the match, Tony Storm. This match was cool for what it was. Alright, Video Package Show 2.0 talking about their attack on Hook and Vent, and when Action Bronson comes to make the save, Bronson says it's not a huge. It's not says to well, sorry, Video Package 2.0 talking about their attack on Hook, and when the Action Bronson came to make the save, Bronson says to not go after his boy. He's going to wait at Queen, and you think Hook is crazy think of him? Okay, so we move on. The claim music hits, but swerving our glory into us to a huge boost from the crowd. From the crowd, Swerve with a mic and says sorry, but do people want to hear these corny jokes and Billy and people would chant yes, and you know what? Billy Gunn says, Swerve boy, this ain't your house no more. This is Daddy's you know what house. Um, Anthony Bowens says in 2 weeks the uncrowned champs are taking the belts now. Scissors me, Daddy. You know what? Doesn't look like we are going to the match. Anticipated rap from Max Caster. Um, Tony Schiavone, Tony Schiavone backstage with Jericho Appreciation Society. Jericho says it was a gigantic win, and he's better than ever. 400 years ago, Prince Del Leo couldn't find the fond of Yorth, but Corazon de Leon did. He drinking in, man. He's the best wrestler, best sports entertainer. He is going to be in the world title, the world title champion, and it's his. In locker room, and no one would take it away from him. That he hypes up Sammy and Darby Allin versus Darby Allin and Sammy uh, as his title. You know what? Is getting beat. Danny Garcia and Danny Garcia is going to be left alone, but he will believe in him. He asks Sammy about Danny being alone, and Sammy is just replied, um, how how sexy is he interested? So we get the TNT World Championship match. So we get Warlow versus Tony. This is a quick match. Is This is war. Warlow out to a big pop. Tony's with a jobber entrance, so it didn't expect this to go along. Go along. They size others up. Wallow hits it with a headbutt, and he used Larry. Strapped down powerball sympathy crowd is cheering for another. He is and he is the third on the chest, and and it's over. The winner of the match on Warlow. It says after the match. This was a quick match. After he dragged Sterling in the ring, Jones Brooks came out to save him. He grabs a mic, and says Marlo is the TNT champion, and it is time for me to remind everyone in the locker room, the business and the fans were stuck. We're stuck by him and by him. The start of the world by him. What was I? It says after the Houston. He drags Starley in the ring, Brooks comes out to save him. As he grabs a mic and says, "Barlow is the TNT champion. It's time for me to remind everyone in the locker room, the business and the fans that stuck by him since day one, and that is Barlow's world." Okay, that's where I was at. Cool. Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin hype video. Darby Allin says he doesn't respect Sammy anymore. He has even gone to leave Sting in the back and asked him to do the same. The American Dragon music hits. So we get the AEW World Heavyweight Championship tournament match. Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page. I'm gonna say this main event was this main event was good for what it was. But anyway, this was a good main event. But it didn't make any sense. Why would you have an AEW World Heavyweight Championship tournament match? But anyway, the match was good for what it was. But anyway, both men make their way to the ring to massive ovations, and Page eyes the title as he gets into the ring. William Regal gives his love to the commentary team, including his love of Mass Boy Excalibur. Both men stare dagger at each other, and Page extends his hand. Danielson doesn't accept and is pacing like a rabid dog. Cellmate shoulder block into a taste of strength. Um, Brian Danielson rolls and stares to work on the arm of Page. Series of back and forth counters before they back into the corner, and Brian with a double slap to Page chest. Back to more mat work and technical wrestling and Page with a huge thunderous chop. They trade chops, but Brian Danielson takes him down into a surfboard stomp. His leg, more chops and kick by Brian, and Brian Danielson and Page gets a few in of his own. Brian with yes kicks in the corner. He goes up top, but Hangman levels him and knocks him outside. Page's chest is already be red. Brian Danielson with the hammerlock and dives Page into the ring post. Commercial break. Back from the break, we see Brian Danielson hits a huge knee to Page against the guardrail and is now in control with a stomp to Hangman's arm and a penalty kick to his spine. Chop back and forth, and Brian Danielson with the moonsault. Reversal in the corner, but reversal in the corner. Brian Danielson off the ropes into a halfway slam by Hangman by a beautiful kibble big dive from Hangman. Brian back in the ring and Page was with a clothesline into a double valley driver 1-2. No kick out at both men very and beaten up already. Heyman goes for dead eye into a pin counter and drops the Toho into the corner by Brian Danielson. Brian Danielson with multiple flying kicks. Brian Danielson with a hurricane and a knockout kick for a close 2 count. Brian Danielson with the yes kick again, including a sick shot to Heyman's head. Brian goes up top looking for a diving headbutt and gets caught. Hangman beats Brian Danielson and his the insane moonsault son for 2. Oh my, having Page to the apron looking for the buckshot. Larry, but Brian Danielson rose to the outside corner. So commercial break. Okay, back from back from the back from commercial, and both men are nose to nose and start hitting a series of multiple chops. Then Brian Danielson with multiple uppercuts into a German counter by Page. Page with a discussed firebomb 1-2 no kick out. This is awesome chant now by the crowd. Page and sets Brian Danielson up in the turnbuckles. Yeah, turnbuckle, but Brian Danielson sneaks out and puts Page in a trio wall and hits a series of kicks. It's a series of kicks in a hesitation kick. Drop kick, both men up top, but now Avalanche suplex counter into a huge layer for a 2 count, only to be countered into the Libel lock. Page hits Page center of the ring. Page with a slingshot counter over the ropes, but Brian Johnson skinned the cat. Double chin underhook into the Libel. To Libel lock, but Page rolls through both men both men and their knees being beaten and battered. Danielson brush off what's his brushman off the chop, and now a series of rolling elbows. Brian Danielson went for the knee, but dead eye 1-2 knockout. Brazuku knee. Hangman rolls out of the match. Was out of the match, but like was out the ring much like Brian Danielson did earlier. Top from Brian Danielson is blocked into an apron powerbomb with a moonsault. Combo by Page, buckshot. Counter into the O'Connor roll the bridge. 1, 2, 3. Brian Danielson wins. Jericho faces Brian Danielson next week. The winner of the match, Brian Danielson. Alright, that was a good match right there. Jungle Boy hype video. He says he's going to take years off Christian's life and Luchasaurus. I carry you for 3 years, and people say you were a joke, and maybe they were right. You can move on from your past, but but sometimes you have to destroy it. Um, Stokely Stokely halfway is out now with his group flanked by the Gun Club. Ethan Page, Lee Martelli, and Mosley and Strahan. He says he isn't supposed to be there, and he says to give him respect. Then cleans his clock with the mic. Gun Club is now beating up the Satan and rolls him up for Mosley with a massive big boot. Rampage preview Rampage preview Guerrero and Dariel and Claudio Dax won an ROH title. Britt Baker Master Reign and we'll also hear from Samoa Joe. Hype video for Dax / Claudio. Dax says he's a tag wrestler, but he's a family man and has to win because if he doesn't, that's fool away from his family, and he can't have that. The competitors run down they can't for week 3. Okay, so we get the pure RH Pure Champion, I'm sorry, Daniel Garcia versus Wheeler Yuta, and this match, this main event, I'm saying this was fine for what it was. All right, um, we West West Side Gun out for a live rendition of Daniel Garcia entrance. Daniel Garcia with a huge hometown entrance. He comes out swiping hands and looks so focused in front of the crowd. Yuta comes out now looking equality as focused, and these two are going to have a burner. Caprice Coleman is out on commentary to watch. It's a low read little touch. The crowd is screaming for Garcia as they lock up side headlock for Garcia. Then knocks down Yuta, but Yuta with a single leg. Daniel Garcia gains back control and gets out. Let's go Buffalo chant as the two men battle and for a position all around the ring, like in a collar and elbow tie. But then both stumble out of the ring and hit hard. Both men get back to their feet, sends back into the ring and have a stare down. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Yuta with a chop with a drop kick into the corner and comes back with a flying elbow off the top. 1-2 kick out. We learned Daniel Garcia exhausted one of his rope breaks during the break, but now with a series of massive chops, and Yuta hits a quick snap suplex. I'm sorry. Yuta is in control, but Garcia with a big slap and a German suplex. Garcia on the offensive now leading to the 2 count. Sharpshooter attempt in a counter by Yuta and hits a gross German onto Garcia's head. Yuta maintains race control and his 3 German suplexes. Germans. Garcia with a waist lock and German trifecta of his own. Yuta again with another series of Germans suplexes, but Garcia comes back with 2 of his own. Both men in the corner as Dan Garcia hits an avalanche German off the top. Holy smokes. Commercial break. Back from commercial, and both men are down. Referee is up to a 7 count as both men to their knees. So many slaps back and forth on their feet now. With more slaps, Garcia with a big knockout strike, and that's for the 10 count. Yuta down for an 8 count, but Yuta gets up Yuta gets up and Garcia takes him down into the Dragon Tamer. Sharpshooter really Yuta used one of the ropes breaks to end the hole. Yuta with a big is a Yuta with a big right hand with a closed fist and is issue a warning and now grabs Garcia by his ear. Then Garcia rolls through into the Dragon Tamer. He says it. He says it. He had it locked in, but Yuta counter into the crossface. Yuta with the seatbelt. 1-2 no. Knockout. Knockout Garcia again. Step through with another Dragon Tamer. Yuta with the neck crank while Garcia has it locked in, but Yuta taps. New champion, new champion. What a battle. The winner and your new ROH Pure champion, Daniel Garcia. That main event was pretty good. Yuta and Garcia shake hands, and now Brian is in the ring, and with respect puts the title around Garcia's waist. What a what a classy act as he raises his hand. Jericho comes out and is pissed. Garcia and Brian Danielson shake hands, and it looks like they have a lot to discuss. Daniel Garcia celebrate in the ring as Dynamite goes off the air as you hear Jericho say, "I'm going to kick his head in." And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. But like I mentioned before, AEW Dynamite was a 5 out of 10. Good quality wrestling, but boring at the same time. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please watch this full video before you hit that red bell and hit that red button at the same time. Um, Connect to my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. This your boy, Bigboyfactsjonnytv. KFG crew, KFG Kings, Too Sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.